Hey guys, welcome to Bloxtopia. This is the ultimate destination for all Roblox enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned player or just starting out, Bloxtopia has something for everyone. It's the coolest world in Roblox, filled with awesome games and even more awesome players. Here you can meet new friends, team up for epic adventures, and show off your skills in a variety of challenges. We've got towering obbies to climb, each one more challenging than the last. Test your agility and see if you can reach the top without falling. Speedy racetracks to conquer where you can race against your friends or other players from around the world. Who will be the fastest racer in Bloxtopia? And even a whole bunch of adorable pets to collect. From cute puppies to exotic creatures, there's a pet for everyone. Speaking of pets, have you met our furry and sometimes feisty felines? These cats are not just pets. They're part of the Bloxtopia family. They wander around Bloxtopia, adding a sprinkle of cuteness and chaos wherever they go. You never know what these playful kitties will get up to next. But lately, there's been a bit of a problem with one particular kitty. This mischievous feline has been causing quite a stir among the players. A very sneaky, very mischievous kitty. This little troublemaker has a knack for getting into places it shouldn't be and causing all sorts of mayhem. This furry little troublemaker has been up to no good, snatching delicious virtual pizzas right out of players' hands. Imagine you're about to take a bite of your hard-earned pizza and poof, it's gone. Can you believe the audacity? This kitty has become the talk of Bloxtopia, and everyone is trying to figure out how to outsmart it. Will you be the one to catch this sneaky cat in the act? Join us in Bloxtopia and find out. This mischievous feline wasn't just satisfied with pizza theft, it seemed to have an insatiable appetite for causing chaos and mayhem wherever it went. The once peaceful and orderly world of Bloxtopia was now under siege by this furry troublemaker. Oh no, this kitty was on a roll. It darted through the streets, leaving a trail of confusion and frustration in its wake. No one was safe from its antics. From the bustling marketplaces to the quiet corners of the game, the cat's presence was felt everywhere. It started swiping precious coins, leaving players penniless and bewildered. The cat's nimble paws were too quick for anyone to catch, and its cunning mind always seemed one step ahead. Players watched helplessly as their hard-earned coins vanished before their eyes, making players trip during obby races, turning what should have been fun and competitive events into chaotic spectacles. The cat's interference caused pile-ups and crashes, much to the dismay of the participants. It was as if the feline had a personal vendetta against anyone trying to enjoy the game, and even replacing everyone's favorite dance emotes with the meow dance. Bloxtopia was in chaos. Players were outraged. The beloved dance emotes that brought joy and camaraderie were now replaced by the cat's ridiculous and mocking dance. It was the final straw for many. Something had to be done about this mischievous feline before things got even more out of hand. The community was in an uproar, demanding action and a solution to the cat's reign of terror. The once vibrant and happy world of Bloxtopia was now overshadowed by the cat's antics. "Enough is enough!" exclaimed Builderman Bob, known for his epic building skills. He couldn't stand by and watch as the cat continued to wreak havoc. With determination in his eyes, he rallied the players, urging them to come together and put an end to the chaos. "We can't let this kitty run amok any longer." The players, inspired by Builderman Bob's call to action, began devising plans and strategies to capture the elusive feline. They knew it wouldn't be easy, but they were determined to restore peace to their beloved game. "But what can we do?" questioned fashionista Fiona, her avatar adorned with the latest Roblox trends. She voiced the concerns of many, wondering how they could outsmart such a clever and agile adversary. The players brainstormed, sharing ideas and pooling their resources. This kitty is as quick as a flash and twice as sneaky. They knew they had to be just as clever and quick to catch it. The stage was set for an epic showdown between the players of Bloxtopia and the mischievous kitty. The fate of their world hung in the balance. The Bloxtopians put their heads together. They brainstormed and brainstormed. They needed a plan, and they needed it fast. This mischievous kitty had to be stopped. "I know!" shouted Speedy Sarah, famous for her lightning-fast reflexes in racing games. "What if we build a giant robot to catch it?" Interesting idea, mused Brainy Brian, known for his puzzle-solving skills. But wouldn't that scare all the other adorable kitties too? The Bloxtopians pondered some more. They needed a solution that was clever, safe, and most importantly, wouldn't harm a single whisker on any of the other furry friends in Bloxtopia. "I've got it!" exclaimed Crafty Cathy, known for her amazing creations. "We'll attach a bell to the mischievous kitty." "A bell?" The other Bloxtopians looked at her curiously. "Exactly," Crafty Cathy explained excitedly. "If the kitty wears a bell, we'll always hear it coming and be able to stop it before it causes any more trouble." "That's brilliant!" shouted the Bloxtopians in unison. They loved the idea. It was simple, clever, and most importantly, harmless. And so, Operation Bling Bling Kitty was born. Section 5, The Great Cat Caper. The Bloxtopians got to work, their excitement bubbling over like a volcano. They gathered the shiniest, jazziest bell they could find. It was perfect. Now, all they had to do was attach it to the mischievous kitty. "This is going to be epic," whispered Speedy Sarah, her eyes sparkling with anticipation. They carefully approached the mischievous kitty, who was busy trying to tip over a stack of virtual pancakes. The Bloxtopians giggled. Even when it was being naughty, this kitty was hilarious. Section 6. Uh-oh, sticky paws! Bilderman Bob with his steady hands reached out to gently fasten the bell onto the kitty's collar. But just as he was about to succeed, the mischievous kitty, startled by Bilderman Bob's sudden movement, swatted its paw, knocking over a giant vat of virtual honey. The honey splattered everywhere, covering the bell, the Bloxtopians, and even the mischievous kitty itself. "Oh no!" cried fashionista Fiona, her stylish avatar now covered in sticky honey. "This is a disaster!" Section 7, A Change of Plans. The Bloxtopian stood there, covered in honey, watching as the mischievous kitty, now even more slippery and swift thanks to its honey-glazed fur, scampered away. Operation Bling Bling Kitty was a bust. They were back to square one, but as they looked at each other, covered in honey and laughing, they realized something important. "You know," began Brainy Brian, "maybe catching the kitty isn't the answer." The other Bloxtopians stopped laughing and looked at him, curious. "What do you mean?" asked Speedy Sarah. Section 8, Bloxtopia is safe. For now. "Well," explained Brainy Brian, "we can't control the kitty, but we can control how we react to it." The mischievous kitty had been causing chaos in Bloxtopia for weeks, knocking over buildings, scattering items, and generally creating a mess wherever it went. The Bloxtopians were at their wits' end, trying to figure out how to deal with this furry troublemaker. But Brainy Brian's words sparked an idea in their minds. The Bloxtopians thought about this for a moment. He was right, they couldn't change the kitty's nature, but they could change their own approach. They realized that instead of trying to stop the kitty, they needed to find ways to coexist with it. This shift in perspective was the first step towards a solution. They couldn't stop the kitty's mischievous nature, but they could be prepared. They started brainstorming ideas on how to protect their town and minimize the damage caused by the kitty. They discussed building stronger structures, creating safe zones, and even setting up traps to catch the kitty if it got too close. The planning sessions were intense, but the Bloxtopians were determined to find a way. They could work together, keep an eye out for each other, and maybe even find a way to distract the kitty with a mountain of yarn balls. The idea of using yarn balls to distract the kitty was particularly popular. They figured that if they could keep the kitty entertained, it might leave their town alone. So, they started gathering as much yarn as they could find, creating a massive pile that they hoped would be irresistible to the kitty. "That's a great idea," exclaimed Bilderman Bob. He was excited about the prospect of using their creativity to solve the problem. The Bloxtopians began to feel a sense of hope and camaraderie as they worked together on their plan. They knew that by combining their efforts they could overcome any challenge. "We can even create a special kitty alert system to warn each other if we see it." This idea was met with enthusiasm. They decided to set up a network of lookout points around the town, where volunteers would keep watch for the kitty and sound an alarm if it was spotted. This way, everyone would have time to prepare and take cover before the kitty arrived. And so, the Bloxtopians, covered in honey but full of hope, set to work on their new plan. The honey was a sticky reminder of their previous attempts to catch the kitty, but it also symbolized their determination and resilience. They knew that this time they were on the right track. They learned that sometimes the best solutions aren't about controlling others but about adapting and working together. This experience brought the Bloxtopians closer together, teaching them the value of cooperation and creative problem solving. They realized that by supporting each other and thinking outside the box, they could face any challenge that came their way. Bloxtopia was safe for now, and the Bloxtopians were ready for whatever the future might bring. Section 9. The moral of the story. Hey heroes, Dan TDM here. Remember, just like in Bloxtopia, sometimes the most difficult problems don't have simple solutions. And that's okay. The important thing is to never give up, use your creativity, and always be kind to each other. And maybe even to mischievous kitties. Until next time, stay awesome!